What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of The Rest is History. My name is Res, and here I have a guest star.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are you?
Alright, so in today's episode, we're going to be talking about this animated film called Petco. Now, me and Alex were actually the ones who found this animated film. Wait till the very end because this is actually really creepy. Alright, guys, let's get right to the video. Okay, so as you can see at the beginning, there's two weird reptilian hands, one with the money sign, or S for Satan, and then it's a puppet that's connected to this satanic symbol. Now this puppet is George W. Bush. Now, right off the bat, we can see a bunch of weird symbols in the back. Now, ignore the symbols to the right, but on the left, you see this weird owl.
Yeah.
Now,
what does that mean?
This owl actually means higher wisdom. And now, what's right under it is the United States map. But there's there's these four little pins on it.
One from New York, Oklahoma, looks like Louisiana in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, well, these are all disasters that have actually happened in the United States. The top one is 9/11 attacks on the Twin Towers. The one in Oklahoma is the 1995 bombing. And the one in Louisiana is, of course, Hurricane Katrina that happened in 2005. And then lastly, the Gulf of Mexico is where the 2010 oil spill happened.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, but now what if these events that have happened in the past, what if these snowflakes under it are representing what could happen in the future, such as Yellowstone Park erupting, causing a volcanic winter?
Oh, dude, that's crazy.
Okay, so as you can see, George Bush is acting all weird. Now what's even weirder about this is that he actually found out about 9/11 while he was in a classroom. Yeah, it's weird. And actually, whenever someone came and told him, he sat there for 7 minutes waiting. And then it's kind of weird because this entire video is 7 minutes long. Now most of y'all are probably thinking like, what is happening? Like, what is going on? Well, look, he turns into Barack Obama. Now, as you can see here, he's wearing a graduation cap and he's laughing. So what if this is just part of the agenda and George Bush was just the beginning of it because he was wearing a party hat, and then Barack Obama is the successor of him to carry on this demonic agenda?
Okay, so why is there one girl centered in the front and it looks like clay figures in the back?
Okay, so what I took from this is that this is one girl that is different from all the rest. It looks like she's wealthier than everyone else, and actually this apple represents knowledge. And as you play it, you'll see what happens next. So now you see the apple rolling on the floor, and then it hits Obama's foot. But then what comes out of it is this thing called the lotus flower. Now the lotus flower is up for a lot of different symbolism, but I took it as something as the Virgin Mary and inner faith for something such as Christianity, for me especially.
Yeah.
Now that actually makes sense on why Obama gets worried right now and he's sweating, because the kids who are watching this whole puppet show unfold, they're getting knowledge from God, and actually their faith is growing, which is making Obama nervous.
You can see, that's the Twin Towers in the back.
So that's the Twin Towers. That was one of the markers that was on the map in the classroom.
Falls.
And as you can see, this is all centered in Antarctica.
So now we have some weird boat.
Yeah, so this guy in this boat is actually what this whole thing is going to be about. But we're going to pause it here again because this is Osama bin Laden. And if you look closely, on his shirt is a CIA patch. Now that's another thing that's up for interpretation. Like, was the CIA helping him, or did the CIA track him down?
Do they already know about it before?
Yeah,
Stuff like that?
Okay. But you see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
But now this is even weirder, is that there's a red blood moon, and it's a red crescent moon. But in the Bible, blood moons are a sign of the end times. So it's gonna get creepier, guys. Now you see oil spilling, can represent the Middle East. But then here we see the Statue of Liberty with a star below it. Now that's David's star. It's the symbol of Israel.
Okay, so this part personally makes no sense to me. I see a weird snake with kind of like a telegram or like a holograph type of face. And why is there a little child in an egg?
Okay,
I don't really
so
get that.
what I took from this is that this is the all-seeing eye, like the Illuminati or whatever. Well, in my perspective, it's Satan and it's evil in this world. And it's connected to this harboring egg because, think about it, guys. Later in life, our kids are only going to be growing up with technology. That's what they're going to build their perspectives off of. So throughout their entire life, this is what's going to happen. So Satan, the all-seeing eye, is watching us as our brains are getting tormented and miscued on whatever they want us to think. But now we see this figure again. Now most of y'all are probably thinking this is Jesus. Well, I think could be the Antichrist. But then we see the same monitor with the reptilian snake attached to it. But this time it's a different face. This is actually what Christians believe to be the Antichrist. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but it's something along the lines of Dejal or Deja, but it's what we believe as Christians that it would be the Antichrist. And look, it's on the monitor. So what if they're hinting that technology is the Antichrist? I'm not sure, but keep watching.
This is where it gets weird, right?
Yes. Okay, so pause it right here. This is what is kind of confusing, but it's really symbolic because in the background you can see this explosion going on. It looks like an atomic bomb or something. But then also you see a woman crying with her child that looks dead. Well, I mean, personally, this looks like the Virgin Mary crying next to her dead son. But could this be symbolizing the birth of another Christ-like being on our earth? We don't know. Again, it's just weird, right?
Yeah, it is weird. Like this part, I don't even really get what
This is, I mean, that's obviously something technological, but then there's the lotus flower again.
Okay. So what do you think this is saying? Because the lotus flower we talked about is kind of like sprouted from the knowledge of the apple.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, I think that this means that everyone's going to gain knowledge that communism and socialism will die away and sync with this man. Both of these symbols together make the communism symbol. So this could be representing that everyone's not going for communism anymore. It's more of a spiritual belief.
It looks like a girl like waving for peace in front of war, but it looks like she's not able to get it. The skeleton, I feel like, would represent death. Like the more you fight for the peace, you might die.
And then you can see that today. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all over the world.
There's the same figure from before.
But he's asleep.
Yeah, he is asleep.
Now you can see this Antichrist or whatever is coming through this monitor is getting more intense. But then this Jesus or Antichrist is coming through this dimension, but then he's summoned into this glacier or whatever. Now remember, at the beginning we were in Antarctica. Okay guys, this is where it gets really weird. So if you haven't watched my first episode, please turn this off and go watch it, or watch it after. It doesn't matter to me. Anyway, we talked about Shiva in my last episode and how it connected to Simpsons, CERN, and Stephen Hawking. Well, now in this animated film, Shiva reappears, but this time she's dancing. Now this is very important to understand because Shiva is actually the Lord of Dance. Shiva's not only the Lord of Dance, but she's the destroyer, creator, and the representation of the never-ending cycle of time in the Hindu religion. So it's kind of weird how Shiva is dancing and conjuring up this Antichrist or Christ in this animated film. Now these fish that are popping into the boat could represent God picking up all the people of his followers, but only a few. Okay, so as you can see, Shiva is still doing this dance. And then also, this Christ that was just transported through all these time portals or whatever it was, is now destroying all these people dressed up in the same outfit.
Like Judgment Day?
Yeah. The satanic reptilian or Antichrist that was connected to the child is now fleeing away, and she looks like she's smart and knows the truth now.
Yeah, the death was dancing, and now this.
Now this is up for interpretation, but me personally, I think that this is the physical Antichrist that is being worshipped in Israel.
Okay.
Just like it says in the Bible, whenever Jesus is about to come back, the Antichrist will have a lot of following on earth.
There's Shiva dancing.
Yeah, and now the dance is actually generating power. But then this is the weird part, is that once she finishes the dance, it shows the devil eyes glowing
Over this like archway.
over the archway of which this Christ body or Antichrist is coming out of. And the lotus flowers are following him.
Okay. And now he's awake.
Now
There's
he's
fire
finally
in his
awake.
eyes.
Alright, this
No way.
is crazy, guys. I can't make this up. This was made in 2012 by a Canadian animator.
And
How did
and
he know?
last year, I might be correct, but last year, didn't
2019.
the cathedral burned down? And doesn't that kind of represent the cathedral?
Yes, guys, the Notre Dame Cathedral, the oldest church to ever be built on this earth, crumpled. It is on fire. And if you look at his eyes, they're on fire. Guys, this was made in 2012. Now, that's not even the weird part. Here's a scene of the actual real cathedral falling down. Does it not look exactly like how it's portrayed? Guys, I can't make this up. Okay, guys, so after he's coming out of this cave and everything, you see these meteors or comets coming down on Earth. But then soon one hits one of the pyramids. Now, this is something I need y'all to remember for my next episode. Now, I didn't want to make this episode too long because I understand no one has a lot of time to just watch a 20-minute video. So I'm putting this video into parts. This is part 1. I hope y'all liked it. Please comment, like, subscribe, and just remember,
The rest is history.